This Sunday is the second Sunday of Easter. And a quick reminder, just like Christmas, Easter is not a day, it's a season. So just like we have a Christmas season, those 12 days of Christmas, we have what are called the 50 great days of Easter, stretching from the day of resurrection on through those 7 weeks, plus the added day, 7 times 7, 49, plus the added day of Pentecost, which is the 50th day, and heralds the arrival of the Holy Spirit and the birth of the church. In all three lectionary cycles, every year we read on Easter 2 the story of Jesus' first appearances to the apostles in their locked room, first without Thomas and then with Thomas. And poor Thomas gets a lot of bad rap, and every year we sort of wrestle with exactly what this all means, about him doubting and then confessing Jesus as Lord once he sees him in person. And those are important things for us to think about, and the Sunday is known as Thomas Sunday. And yet there's so much more that's going on there. Jesus appears to the apostles and is there with them in body as well as spirit. And he starts off saying, "Peace I bring to you." And then it says that he breathes on them and says, "I give you the Holy Spirit. Go and reach out to the whole world. If you forgive sins, they will be forgiven. Preach the gospel." He's commissioning them, but in the most loving and gentle way. But it starts off with that, "I'm breathing on you, the Holy Spirit." And then later in the passage, we do have the section where he does have that very tender interaction with Thomas. And he says, "Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have come to believe." So a lot of things that are going on in the readings for this Thomas Sunday. And our prayers and our hymns will all touch on different elements of that. And we hope that we can help you experience that in a very rich way. At the offertory, the choir will be singing a musical setting of that very brief response of Jesus in Latin, "Quia vidisti me, Thomas." It's "Because you have seen me, Thomas, you have believed. Blessed are they who have not seen and yet have believed. Alleluia." And it's by the German composer Hans Leo Hassler, who lived kind of in the second half of the 16th and first half, or very beginning of the 17th century, sort of the beginning of that, what we think of as the Baroque era. And although he was in Germany, the music of Italy was very popular, and really in the early Baroque especially, the music of Italy dominated all of Europe. And there was this idea of the music coming across the Alps, the musica transalpina. And so this is written in sort of an Italianate style, and yet it also has some things that are very characteristic of the German school of composing. The thing to listen for, though, as the choir intones Jesus' words, is that they do so kind of like a round. Everyone will sing the same melodic fragment, but they do it at different pitch levels. So you'll hear the sopranos first sing "Quia vidisti me." And then the altos come in with that same melody down a few notes. The alto entrance. And then the tenors and the basses, each on a subsequent lower pitch. But it's not really a round. These are called points of imitation, that they all start off the same, but they sort of do their own thing. They're sort of imitating each other, but they're also retaining their own unique musical personality. At the communion, the choir will be singing a setting of some words by Horatius Bonar. "Here, O my Lord, I see thee face to face. Here would I touch and handle things unseen." And that really gets to the spirit of that idea of Jesus coming with them and being with them in person and breathing that Holy Spirit on them. And this is a very lovely setting by the composer Eleanor Daly, the contemporary composer Eleanor Daly, in 3 very short verses, but it really expresses the intimacy of those words. But then we also have lots of other hymns that are very familiar. We're in the Easter season, so we still have lots of great Easter hymns to sing. We hope that as you continue to experience the resurrection in your life, that you will come and worship with us here at St. John's Cathedral.